Good morning, good morning. Here we are. Bit of a rushed stream this morning. Banging right in front of the microphone. Okay, what's happening here today? It's going to be short. I got to be out of here by 8:30. It's now 8 o'clock. It's two more done. Okay, what we've got the block set. There's people here. People here. Carving today for just a short time. As I said, it's 8 o'clock. I got to be out of here at 8:30. I've got to get to Kubota-san's place by 9 or 9:15. He's got the paper moistened and ready for printing. I was over there yesterday at his house with this block set. And for those of you who've been waiting for all this time, parties. What we've got are the proofs of this, what's it called? What does Jed call it? I forget. I can't remember. The Serpent Strikes. I was over there yesterday and it's coming to life at last. This is the first proof set. The first set of proofs from the Serpent Strikes. And the block set is pretty good. The block set is okay. It's come out very well. But he's asked me, please look at this, please look at this. There's a few issues. I know our young carver Kawasaki-san, who carved this block set, she carves really quite light, quite shallow. And she's a lady and she maybe prints, there's not enough room. Kubota-san has asked for me to give more clearance around the outside of some of these blocks. So I've got to do that this morning before getting it back off to him. So it's going to be a bunch of banging. I'm sorry, it's going to be a very, very noisy, short session this morning. I've got 3 blocks left to finish off, and then I've got to pack it up and get over there. His paper is soft and moist and ready to start printing. But let's have a look at this print. Is Jed here this morning? I think he said he was going to drop in. It's not such good light. It's got all the things that really, really, make me enjoy these prints. We've got the layers here, a strong front. And the black lines are printed quite clearly and cleanly. Then we go back, and it's a different key block. The lines here are printed in a bit more of a soft gray. Then, of course, we go back even one more level behind those guys and back here where things disappear into the gray and the distance. Yeah, I'm a sucker for this stuff. I really, really, really like that. And we've done it very, very well. Get a bit closer. Will it stay in focus? I'm not sure if my camera's focusing properly there this morning, but whatever. Also, I love this transparency. The way we've got this light and the building at the back looks transparent behind it, going off into the gloom at the top. It could have been maybe blacker at the top. I'm not sure. It becomes a bit heavy if you do that too much. Anyway, here we are. So yesterday was proof printing with Kubota-san. And what I did also, I took 2 cameras with me and I videoed all day long yesterday while Kubota-san did the printing. We did this 3 years ago, he and I. Most of the Ukiyo-e Heroes test printing, I do myself. I set the camera up, I set the blocks, I mix colors, I go back to the camera, I turn it on, turn it off. It's absolute freaking chaos. But I did it for all the first prints in the series, the Rickshaw Cart, the Fox Moon, all the other ones. When we got to the Dracula print, this would be about 3 years ago, I just thought, look, Dave, this is crazy. So I asked Kubota-san to do the test printing, and I took my camera over there and did that. And that's on the YouTube channel. It's done about 3 years ago. And this one will be the same. It's not going to be up tonight because I'm buried in work, but it's all in the camera now. All the test printing we did yesterday, I've videoed it from 2 angles with 2 cameras, and we'll have a really nice YouTube video about this sometime in a few days. Now, I've got to get going in this. I've got to get going. As I said, he's waiting for me. He's waiting right now. He's having his breakfast, and he's got the paper moistened and ready. He wants to start printing this morning, but I have to clear off around the outside of this. So I'm going to make some noise, guys. Excuse me. That party, was that for this morning? No, tomorrow. All right, here we go. I think this is okay, but he wants to be able to blow through this faster, faster, faster. So you need more clearance. This is a gradation. You want to be able to bang the brush back and forth quite vividly. Oh, this one needs a lot. This is the key block. She's left it quite shallow here, and he really bitterly complained. I don't know. When we were doing some of the first test printing, I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't see it. There's black marks on them. It's a balance, you know. All the years I was carving and printing by myself, I know how deep to go because I know how deep this particular printer wants his work. But when the carvers and printers are different people, is there a method behind the madness? I don't know. The problem persists. What kind of problem do we have here? Noise? No idea. Anyway, I'm busy. I can't muck around with that. I gotta get out of here. It's 8:12 now. I said I'd be there around 9. He knows I'll be late, so... a long way. This is difficult. This one's going to be difficult. Grain, it's almost a dead straight grain. You carve this way, it's no good. You carve this way, it's no good. It's really a difficult one. It doesn't matter to the finished print, but I don't want to really mess that block here. Maybe okay, who knows? That's far enough. This is maybe not far enough. This print's taken years to make, and AJ did the original design years ago. We agreed to make a woodblock print of it quite a long time ago. We put it in the Kickstarter campaign this last September to finally get things going. Sent it to our carver. So it's been years and years in the production, but now I'm frantic in the last day on a deadline. Looking good. Okay, one more left. I'm sorry this isn't a more quiet communicative stream today. Well, the audio is off again, is it? Video is coming in around. Should we just try? I mean, it's going to be a short stream anyway, but should we try doing this? The video is around 0.2 seconds behind the audio. So if I set the filter, video is coming in behind the audio. Okay, the video delay. The delay at the moment is set for 27 milliseconds. This is a video delay. So if I change that to say 15 milliseconds delay to reduce the video delay, it should maybe do this. All right, let's see if that's made any difference. As I said, I really can't fool around too much with that today. I'm sorry. I know. Before I start this last one, where are we here? This is Wednesday morning. I'm supposed to be painting downstairs. I told Ariama-san I'd be with him. We're going to paint the ceiling of the new shop downstairs because we can't build the counter, we can't start the floor, we can't put the furniture in until we get the ceiling done. So he and I have, we booked today, and now this thing's come up with Kubota-san. I've got to go over to his place this morning. Why are we hacking material? It's too close. I know the carver who did this set of blocks, Kawasaki-san, our young Kawasaki-san, she followed the rule Yubi Sanbon, 3 fingers. And I think this is enough. But Kubota-san, the printer who's going to do this block, very, very, very experienced man, he wants 4. And I think he's being a bit too picky, but whatever. Can't really argue. He's a very respected printer here. And he wants just to be able to blang, 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 and go, and go, and go, and go, and go. And which means you need more tolerances. You need more clearance. If it's a bit too close, you've got to be finicky and careful. It slows everything down. It really slows things down quite a lot. So he wants this, wide open runway just so he can go bang and print this thing. And I'll go along with it. I can't complain. But the point being, what I'm doing today is instead of 3 fingers, I'm widening to 4 fingers around the outside of these color zones. Another part of it too is the brush size. We've got these brushes, they're in all different sizes, and I see many Westerners doing this with sort of a little tiny brush doing things. And there's no way. What you want is you want the biggest brush you can possibly fit into the block, even for this little place like this. If you use a little small brush about that big, then you brush it out and you print, and your brush is now empty because you've used all the pigment. But if you have a bigger brush, you've got your pigment in it, spread it around, there's a huge reservoir still left in the brush. So you tap a tiny bit more on print, tap a tiny bit more on print, and your brush always has more pigment than you need. And that means that the prints, print number 1, print number 2, print number 3, stay very stable. If you use up all your pigment with one impression, you put something on the next one, they're going to be different. Too much, too little, too much, too little. But by keeping a big reservoir, the prints are much more consistent. But the downside, as I said, you rub like this, we're going to start banging because the brush is physically too big for that shape. And that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to use bigger brushes than would seem to be necessary, but in the interest of speed and consistency, it works that way. Okay, I gotta get going here. Let me get going. Let me get going. What time is it? 8:20. Jeez, I gotta be out of here by 8:30, gang. I'm sorry. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Instead of Yubi Sanbon, instead of 3 fingers, he wants 4 fingers. if I can hammer just at the same delay rate, then it doesn't matter, right? Each one hits the next one. I think we're okay here. Sure, we're okay. This will be it. This will be the last one. Hey. Oh, talk. Sorry not to be able to follow this more. Streaming 3D now, right? So. This should finish it. Just this last corner around here, clean this up, and we should be get ready to go. Chips in my beard. Okay, I think we're about ready to go on this. Yesterday, when I was over there watching him do the work on this thing, it's the same kind of workout myself I've done many, many, many times, you know, but just watching somebody else do it and the little differences and the way, you know, because this was a test printing, he didn't mix colors in bowls and stuff. When you're making 200 prints or whatever, you've got your color, you mix it in a bowl, you've got enough for the 200 prints or so. But because we were just doing a test printing yesterday, he didn't work in the bowls, he worked on a tile. And you'll see this in the video when I get it done in a few days. There's a white tile, and he had all his base pigments, his yellow, a couple of blues, a couple of reds, all prepared. We work with a really basic palette, you know, maybe a warm red, a cool red, a warm blue, a cool blue, and a yellow and a black. And that's all he's got. He's got them in jars around his tile. He puts the tile down, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, put a little bit of this, mix, 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 print, and bang, 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 bang. And it's an important point. All of our ukiyo-e colors, all of them, come from primers. We don't buy purple. We don't have green. We don't have brown. We make them right there at the moment of printing as we are going. It's looking good. It's looking good. I'm quite happy with it. You know, it's simple, but it's very effective. Something else to mention before I gotta get out of here. Something else to mention. No comment on the video contents. What? Got no idea. No idea. Something else to mention. The test printing we did yesterday, we used two kinds of paper. We used our traditional Iwano-san Echizen Hosho paper, and we used the thick version of the paper, the new paper from Sawaki-san. And the results were not good. It's not been a good test for us. We had problems with registration because the paper expanded in ways we didn't understand. And we had problems in getting a good depth of color. I'm not willing to cut and run and throw it away yet. Both Kubota-san and I yesterday, before we started printing, we look at the paper, we like it, it's got a good feel, it's got a good texture, there's no garbage, it looks like it should work. But it doesn't, and we're thinking that half of it, the paper has some inherent way it's made is different, or we have to figure out how to use it. So we're still working on this. At the moment, the paper as it comes from Sawaki-san is not useful for making prints. It just doesn't give a good, smooth depth of impression that we need. But we like it. Everything else about it is wonderful, and we're not so willing to give up yet. The problem is, show him this. What does he have to do differently to make paper that will allow good impressions? Nobody knows. It's all a question of experience. But that's the result. The first report on the new paper is not so good on the thick paper. But we're going to keep exploring and working till we try and find a way to make it work. Okay, I've got to get out of here, guys. It's 9:23. Look at this, exactly on time. I said I got to be out of here by 8:30. I'm sorry. Now, what's happening on the stream? Today's Wednesday. As I said, I've got to go to Kubota-san's place right now, then I'm painting all the rest of today. Tomorrow, Thursday, there will be a stream, and I can guess what I'll be doing. I will be sitting here packaging more of the Poets prints. That Poets print order is still nowhere near being fulfilled yet. We will be making folders for it. So the Poets prints that you saw me signing the other day, I'll be doing more signing of that tomorrow, as well as putting those prints into their packaging. So it won't be a real pure printmaking stream tomorrow, but it will be our work. And now, thanks guys, but I have to get going. I've got to leave here tomorrow. I've got to leave here right now, so I'm sorry to be a short stream here. You're signing off already? Okay, yeah, me too. All right. Thanks very much. Thanks for the patience. Look at this nice print. Whoa! Kickstarter backers very soon now, eh? Thanks very much, guys. Bye-bye. Okay, there we are. Stream off. Thank you again.